Hello, everyone. My name is Somi, and this is her Invisible Prowess. Thank you so much for tuning in today's collective tarot reading. I hope you're all doing well. Today's reading is going to be about your romantic connection between you and the person on your mind. If you want to book your private one-on-one session with me, all that info will be in the description box below. Yeah, I feel quite drawn to the Dead Inside deck because the overall energy of your connection is quite dead at this time. There's been a big amount of distance, okay? There's barely any communication, okay? If any at all, it's a very stripped down to a very minimum at this time. So yeah, let's see the overarching themes in today's reading. We have overstimulation in public. We have noise, panic, sensory bombardment. And we have crying in the shower and convincing yourself it's fine. Something about this connection is very, very, dare I say, triggering, okay? It's very polarizing, okay? It's definitely overstimulating to the point that it paralyzes you, okay? And I do not take that lightly, okay? You definitely have a huge amount of emotional overwhelm, okay? You're trying to get over here. And despite the whirlwind of emotions, I feel like I'm picking up this energy is for this divine masculine, okay? They are not doing okay, okay? They're not doing well at all whatsoever. I feel like they may be putting a narrative on their social media platforms that everything is handy and dandy, okay? Their life is, you know, business as usual. They're partying like always, okay? That they are definitely have filled their calendars, okay? That they're doing okay, but behind closed doors they are not doing okay. Okay, I have 222 on the timer, which could be of confirmation for you. They're definitely a very big overthinker here. They're definitely someone who's anxious, okay? I can definitely see them definitely reviewing your messages, your past messages, like a novel, okay? And they're more than likely trying to rehearse conversations in their head, try to rehearse certain words that they could say to you if the opportunity was granted to them at this time, okay? This could definitely lead to some insomnia, okay? They have trouble falling asleep at night. They literally cannot sleep, okay, because of how things have transpired between the two of you, okay? And all this realization of how valuable this connection is very daunting to them at this time, in this time of separation and distance, okay? We have literally cannot sleep, might spiral. They've been operating on very, very little sleep, okay? And that in itself, I don't even have to say, right? Um, yeah. Let's see what else. It's definitely serving them a very big reality check. It's a massive wake up call to this divine masculine, how precious you are, how valuable you are, and the value you bring to the table, okay? And the possibilities that you stir, okay? Something about this just keeps pulling them in, okay? You're very magnetizing to them, you're very alluring, okay? Yeah, and the way things have transpired, the really good reason why things, you keep, something about this connection keeps pulling you both back in is because there's some sort of open ending here, okay? We have, it wasn't closure, and this divine masculine, something about feeling the emotions is not their strongest suit, okay? They're not emotionally aware, okay? They're someone who does not like to tune in to their own emotions. I have 444 also on the timer. They tend to emotionally shut down with when things get to be overwhelming for them, okay? it seems like when you met each other, okay, when you were still actively in each other's lives, they do not have the emotional bandwidth and the emotional capacity to even entertain something so serious and something so all consuming, okay, which is this very spiritual connection between the two of you. And like I said, yeah, I say and it comes out. So this person is very anxious, okay? Um, I'm not sure if they're. I feel like this person is definitely already aware how that can be problematic for obvious reasons. Okay, imagining problems that are probably not there. Okay, but something about this spiritual connection is definitely magnifying this anxiety, okay, about them. We have blaming the moon and ghosting again, and I'm fine. This person is feeling emotionally numb, okay? Um, yeah, they are not they are not emotionally available, okay, is what we like to say these days when it comes to someone who has no receptivity, okay? They have, yeah, it feels like you are trying to communicate to a wall, okay? They are definitely stonewalling you, breadcrumbing you, okay? And it's been you that's been overextending and that's been overgiving, okay? And you knew, okay, that this was not sustainable long term, and that's why there's been no contact, okay? And this no contact, this time of separation is definitely amplifying much needed clarity for this person, okay? That if they want you in their life, they need to step up, okay? Things will not just magically happen without their effort, without their energy, without their action, okay? This much needed activity from their end to bridge the gap, to bridge the distance, okay? They have no one else to blame but themselves, okay? And I feel like this person, okay, they are not familiar with healthy relationships, you know, the healthy reciprocation of give and take, okay? Um, that's why they've always been entertaining of chaos, okay? Very toxic dynamics to the point that you're being passive aggressive, okay? You're not communicating clearly. You have these very, very almost entitled expectations, but only giving bare minimums, okay? And we are not romanticizing bare minimums here, okay? That is definitely not part of your journey. And we have here, yes, we have dodging growth like it's homework, okay? This person is deeply afraid of getting rejected. They're deeply afraid of getting hurt. They're most likely coming from a very, very painful past. And that's been a blockage for them when it comes to this romantic connection, okay? And it's definitely not your homework to fix this person, okay? Yeah, let's see what else is in the cards for you. I'm gonna be going with Tangled Love to see what else is going on between the two of you. Let's see here. We have Netflix and chill. Yeah, so perhaps at the time that you and this person met, um, the intention that's on their mind at the time was just, let's just kind of bang it out, okay? Um, and yeah, and allow things to be at a very, very surface level. But something about this is very, very spiritual. It's very cerebral. It's all consuming. It's because you are definitely have a soul contract with this person, okay? This is spiritual intervention, okay? You definitely trigger each other's spiritual awakening, okay, which is definitely a very heavy Scorpio, very heavy Pluto energy here, okay. And yeah, but there's definitely some sort of collapse, not only in your communication but in other areas in your lives as well. To again, this is your divine intervention, okay? This is meant to spiritually recalibrate you, This is definitely meant to serve you at a very much higher purpose here, okay? We have clear mind, clear heart, and through this unfortunately painful experience, okay, you can find your new clarity, your new breakthrough, your truth, okay, which is your North Star, okay, whatever that may mean for you, okay. And it can definitely be this breaking down, okay, but on the other side of it is definitely your breakthrough here. We have hurting and rock bottom, okay. So this divine masculine, okay, their um their attachment wounds, okay, and they're definitely someone who's a classic avoidant, okay. They've always been very, very guarded when it comes to romantic relationships. Of course, in fear of getting hurt again, being abandoned again. This person is definitely having trust issues, letting someone in, okay, and exposing themselves is very, it's a very deep insecurity for them, okay. It feels like life is literally falling apart. And this is everything that this person do not want you to know. We have secretive, okay? Yeah, so this person is definitely in a very low vibration at this time energetically. And yeah, but something about this, everything will be brought to light, okay? There's definitely a message that's going to be coming in, okay? Some sort of communication, definitely an invitation, maybe not a one-on-one directly, not right away anyway, but this divine masculine is, I'm already getting the sense that they're trying to be as strategic as possible when it comes to re-entering your life again, okay? And they're definitely wanting to make sure that you will be receptive, that and you will be open, okay, into what even they have to say, okay. There's definitely some sort of making amends here, making an apology here, okay. This much needed conversation, very long overdue, heartfelt, coming clean here, okay. Because the truth is, you are so in sync with each other. I mean, you are soulmates, okay? You are meant to play a big role into each other's lives, okay? And you already do without even having to communicate, okay? You already have such a divine impact on this person's life, okay? You are definitely sending them to a very spiritual path of finding themselves again, okay. And it's not this surface level, okay, there's so much more beneath the surface here. Yeah, and you're definitely meant to come back again into each other. And yes, and I have all these cards, wow, yes, and all of them are pretty synonymous here. The next time that you are going to meet each other, they're definitely going to be taking that chance, taking that leap of faith, okay? And have this conversation with you here, okay? And Spirit is definitely letting you know that to keep an open mind, okay? To be receptive into what this person has to say, okay? They're definitely going to pour out their heart out on you. They're going to put it on the line, everything on the line, everything on the table. They're finally gonna reveal their hand, okay. And Spirit definitely wants you to know that you are both being divinely protected, you're both being divinely guided here, okay. And this romantic connection that's brewing here, it's definitely a real commitment this second time around, okay. It's no longer about the games, because I definitely also see her snooping, okay. Is that in the frame? I'm not sure. We have back together. Yes. So, yeah, you are definitely stalking each other. Okay. That could be online. That could be consoling our other tarot readers. Okay. About each other, about this specific romantic connection. Okay. You are equally on each other's mind. Okay. But yeah, the cards are definitely foretelling that there is a coming back together again, okay? And that is after this communication, okay? That will be coming in the near future here. Let's see what else. Let me put these cards away here. Yeah, vision that this person has in their mind is definitely something of long term, definitely something stable, definitely has the legs to go the distance here, okay? I'm gonna be pulling from Message of Love Oracle deck here to see what else. Yeah, and right away we have unsatisfied. I wasn't happy the way things were going. Yes. Definitely, it was not an equal give and take. It was very one-sided. But despite the current circumstances right now, there is a new chapter that is gonna be unfolding, okay? That's literally right around the corner here that you don't quite see, okay? And this person don't quite see that yet, but this is what's in the cards for you. And we have here, I don't want to run anymore. They've run so much in their life, okay? And they're definitely learning the painful lesson that running away from problems will not solve them, okay? The only way through is through, okay? And they definitely have to ask for your forgiveness, okay? They're definitely struggling to get over the past. They've more than likely made their efforts to try to forget about you, definitely try to bury themselves in so much workload, all in the intention of trying to forget about you and finally get a move on. But instead, they're definitely gaining that clarity, okay, after much needed reflection here, introspection, some soul searching. And yeah, all they ask of you at this time is be patient with them here, and they are trying to heal their emotional baggages here. But you, divine feminine here, I can definitely see that you are definitely taking your power back here with detachment. And that is a very, very powerful position to be in, okay? In whatever you pursue, okay? It's just definitely the art of not giving a fuck. Definitely a best selling New York Times seller there. Yeah, so regardless of the distance, there's definitely a soul tie, okay? You definitely feel connected to each other, and even though you haven't quite said it to each other yet. And yeah, this is very much unfinished business here. We still have things to resolve and discuss. So, regardless of that, there's still hope that you're both clinging on to, that um, you're really hoping, wishing that the other has not given up on you yet, okay? And that would be all of your messages for today. If you like this reading, please give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below what resonated with you the most. And talk to you soon. Bye.